Today, May 11th, in the US, we celebrate Mother's Day. So I want to take a brief moment to say Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. You guys are the backbone of society. Moms are the greatest human beings on the planet. None of us would be here if it wasn't for a mom. So again, Happy Mother's Day to every single mom out there. And for Madrid fans, it's not just Mother's Day, it's also Father's Day. Because today, Barcelona officially became your dad. Every Madrid fan, find a Barca fan that you know and wish them a Happy Father's Day. This is amazing, bro. We're so back. We're so back. Oh my God. You know, I said in that match review against Inter that if Barca won this game, I wasn't going to wear a suit. Bunch of bullshit. Who was that guy? Who was that guy in that video? I went back and watched that video again. I didn't recognize that guy. He was depressed. He was sad. He was pale. That wasn't me, bro. This is me. This is me. Of course I'm wearing the fucking suit and we're rocking it, bro. All black. All black for Madrid's funeral. All black for Madrid's funeral. And to every single Madrid fan, every single one that was commenting in my match review against Inter, telling me to put on the suit. Oh, why are you crying, bro? You needed to be humbled. All those Madrid fans, it wasn't all of them, but a good amount of them were telling me that. Being extremely toxic in my comment section. As if they beat Barca. As if they beat Barca. Suck on that. Suck on that. Oh my God. Telling us we needed to be humble. Why can't you humble us? You needed Inter to humble us? Why can't you do it? You lost 4 times to one team in the same season. 4 times to your biggest rivals in the same season. You got swept like an NBA team, bro. You know how embarrassing that is? You got swept like an NBA team. You guys need to be humble. Put on the suit now. The suit is on, bitch. The suit is on. Oh my God. Fucking acting like as if they like they're acting like Inter is Real Madrid or so, like Inter beat us, so that means Real Madrid beat us. Like, I didn't understand it. I honestly didn't get it. But yeah, man, Barca get the 4-3 win, basically win La Liga, securing a domestic treble today against your biggest rivals. You beat him in the Super Cup final. You beat him in the Copa del Rey final. You beat him today to win the league, basically. It's just amazing, bro. It's honestly just amazing. And today, you know, the game started off 2-0 because Mbappe scored that brace. It's kind of like when you play your little brother in FIFA or your little cousin in FIFA and you spot them 2 goals. They feel like they have a chance. That's what we did today. Barca just spotted them 2 goals. Here, have 2 goals early on in the game, so you actually feel like you have a chance. So you actually think you're going to win. And then Barca just, yeah, again, man. Barca just break their hearts once again. Barca just break their hearts once again. Scoring 4 goals in one half. Did the same thing in the Super Cup, by the way, in the Super Cup final. Madrid got off to that lead 1-0 and then Barca scored 4 goals. Today they got off to a 2-0 lead and Barca scored 4 goals. As a matter of fact, in 3 of the 4 Clásicos this season, Madrid have had a lead. I just realized that. The only one that they didn't have a lead in was the first one, the 4-0 de Bernabeu. In the Super Cup final, they were up 1-0. In the Copa del Rey final, they were down 1-0, but then they were up 2-1. And then today they were up 2-0. And they couldn't win any of those games. Oh my God, man. That's kind of embarrassing. That's kind of embarrassing. And you guys know me. I'm not the toxic fan. I'm really not. I'm really not that guy. But after I saw my comment section after that game against Inter, it really pissed me off because Madrid fans were acting as if they were the team that beat us to knock us out of the UCL. And telling us we needed to be humble. Why don't you humble Barca then? Why don't you do it with the super team that you have? Why don't you humble Barca? Why do you need other teams to humble Barca? Anyway, game starts off the worst way possible. We looked really, really bad. Barca looked really, really bad in the first few minutes of that game. Mbappe obviously got the pen. It was a mistake from Cuba. He passes the ball back. Szczęsny has to come out, and he's kind of in no man's land. And, you know, he, again, gives away a penalty against Real Madrid. He did the same thing in the Super Cup final. And, yeah, that obviously wasn't a great way to start off the game. Mbappe converts it. Szczęsny should save that. That penalty was not a good penalty from Mbappe. That's the perfect height, and it wasn't like that. It wasn't placed perfectly either in the corner. Szczęsny should have saved that, in my opinion. He 100% should have saved that pen. But anyway, they score, it's 1-0, and Barca at that point didn't look good. We were just sloppy in possession. We weren't creating any chances. It was really, really bad. We had one chance. We had that Eric shot that I thought it was a cross, but I think it was a shot. I don't know what it was, but Eric shot on goal, or maybe he crossed it in, but it was just a terrible cross, and Courtois made a save on it. And then it just, like, that was the only thing that comes to my mind that I saw in those first few minutes that Barca actually did well. And then after that, Madrid scored once again. Lamine Yamal, does he get fouled? Does he not get fouled? In my opinion, it's actually not a foul. It wasn't a foul on Lamine Yamal. I think he kind of goes down easy there. And then Vinicius Jr. picks up the ball on the left-hand side. Trivella's at the Kylian Mbappe, making that run behind. He's onside. And then he finishes it beautifully past Szczęsny, and there was 2-0. And, you know, he's doing a celebration. He's happy, man. He's scoring a brace against Barcelona. He's happy. You know, Mbappe thinks he's on top of the world. He's going to win the Pichichi Award. He's going to make the league title race close. And then it was just like, and then after that goal, it's like Barca said, okay, we're down 2-0. Now we can start playing again. The same thing happened against Inter in the first leg. The same thing happened against Inter in the second leg. I understand we lost the second leg. But anyway, Barca were down 2-0. They scored 3 goals against Inter. Barca were down 2-0. And they scored 2 goals against Inter in the first leg. And today, Barca were down 2-0. And they're like, okay, now we can start playing. Now we can actually start taking these guys seriously. We have to spot them 2 goals. We spotted them 2 goals. Now let's take them seriously. And then after that, it was just a domination from Barca. Domination from Barca. It was honestly... It looked like there was only one team on the pitch after Mbappe scored that second goal. It looked like there was only one team on the pitch, and it was Barcelona. And, you know, Gerard Martin shoots on goal. Courtois makes a save, and it goes to a corner kick. From the corner, it gets sent in. Ferran Torres brushes the ball. You know, he gets a little touch on it. And Eddie Garcia's right there to put it away. Eddie Garcia, the hero once again. Down 2-0 against Inter, he scores the first goal. Down 2-0 against Madrid, he scores the first goal once again. Beautiful from Eddie Garcia. What a fucking header, man. And great awareness from Ferran to actually get something on that ball to make it a little bit more tricky for the defenders. Because, you know, that actually helped a lot. The fact that Ferran Torres actually was able to, you know, get something on that, I think it was massive. And yeah, man, it was 2-1. Look at my voice, man. My voice is cracking. 2-1, no, man. It was 2-1. You know what? Does that decrease my aura? I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a fuck. I'm just super happy right now. So, but that was kind of embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. That was kind of embarrassing. But anyway, it was 2-1. And then after that, Barca were just playing Madrid around the park, honestly. It was just so fun to watch. It was so fun to watch. Let me look at my notes here. Lamine Yamal. That's what happened after this. Lamine Yamal got a goal. Lamine Yamal, right inside of the box. It wasn't really outside of the box. It was just right inside of the box. Ferran Torres has the ball right there. He feeds it to Lamine Yamal. And Lamine, with a beautiful corridor pass Courtois. I mean, this guy, man. El Catire, Lamine Yamal, with a beautiful goal. Catire, by the way, if you're not aware, in Venezuela, we call people with blonde hair Catire or Catire. El Catire, Lamine Yamal, with a beautiful goal. I mean, this guy's the best player in the world, bro. He's the best player in the world. And then he does the Calma celebration once again because, you know, Mbappe thought he was cool. Mbappe actually thought that he was, like, he scored the second goal, they were going to win the game. And Lamine Yamal has to remind him, hey, I still own you, bro. I beat you in the Euro semifinal. I beat you 4 times this year. I still own you, bro. Beautiful goal from Lamine Yamal. And then, Rafinha scores a goal as well. Mbappe and Dani Ceballos run into each other, which was just fucking hilarious, man. It was just so funny, like a blooper reel. They run into each other. And Pedri picks up the ball, Ferran Torres picks up the ball, he passes it to Pedri. Pedri finds Rafinha making that run, and then Rafinha with a great finish. And Rafinha against Real Madrid this season, man, he's been a killer, bro. He's been such a killer against Real Madrid. Oh my God, he's been so good. And a beautiful goal. What a goal from Rafinha. But yeah, man, that was so funny how Ceballos and Mbappe ran into each other. That was actually fucking hilarious. I'm sorry, my TV's on. I'm watching Athletic Club versus Alaves. I don't want to see that shit. I don't care about that game. It's getting me distracted. And then, yeah, man, that was so funny. That was so funny. And yeah, I mean, and then after that, what happened after that? Tchouaméni should have been sent off because Ferran Torres was through on goal, and then he gets brought down by Tchouaméni, who was the last man, 100% the last man. He doesn't get sent off, which we'll talk about Tchouaméni, another instance that happened with him later in the game, which I'll never understand how the fuck that wasn't a handball. But anyway, Tchouaméni should have been sent off. He wasn't sent off. It's fine. You know, we didn't want to make it even more unfair than it already was. We were already a much better team. Now they're going to be down to 10 men. It was going to be just a bloodbath, bro. And then after that, Lamine Yamal passed, had a Trivela to Rafinha. After Rafinha scored that first goal, he had like a Trivela pass to him, and Rafinha just couldn't finish it. I don't know how the fuck he missed that header, bro, but that would have been an insane goal. And Lamine Yamal with these Trivela passes, bro, again, El Catire, bro, he's a phenomenon. He's a phenom, man. He's a phenom, honestly. And then Mbappe dived, but they said it was offside, but he dived because Frankie de Jong literally touched nothing. He didn't touch the ball, he didn't touch the man. And, you know, that was right before halftime that Mbappe decides to dive to try and get a fucking cheap penalty. I mean, come on, man. You're better than that, Mbappe. You're better than trying to get cheap pens like that. Come on. Actually, I don't even know if you're... I don't know if you're better than that. I really don't know. I don't know if you're better than that, but you should be better than that. Like, he doesn't touch you at all. But anyway, and then after that, Rafinha with a brace. Rafinha gets the brace. And Ferran Torres with a hat-trick of assists, bro. Ferran Torres with a hat-trick of assists. Just beautiful, man. All that in the first half, by the way. 6 goals in an El Clasico in the first half. Beautiful, man. Lucas Vázquez sucked, man. That goal was all his fault. I mean, what is he doing there? What is he doing there, man? What is Lucas Vázquez doing there? How is that guy still a pro footballer? I don't know. I really don't know. How is that guy still playing for Real Madrid? I don't know. And then Barca were just like, the fans were screaming, ole, 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 ole. Barca were passing the ball around. Oh my God, that first half is the first half I'll never forget. That brought me back to life. That really brought me back to life. But anyway, before we get into everything else I want to talk about, let's talk about the second half, because a lot happened in that second half. This Madrid team, and I'll serious this out, this Madrid team is in debt with their fans. They're in debt with their fans. They owe their fans for this season, right? Because it's been a pathetic season from the top, from top to bottom. The coaching staff, the players, it's been honestly pathetic. You're gonna go trophyless, and you lost 4 games. All 4 games to your biggest rivals. And in that second half, they came out. Again, they're in debt with their fans. You need to come out in that second half and actually put forth a good display to maybe win their trust back or do something. Show that you actually care. And the first 30 minutes, or the first like 20 minutes of that second half were pathetic for Madrid. They were pathetic, bro. Up until that Mbappe goal where he got his hat trick, they didn't do anything. Barca were actually the team that were going forward and actually trying to do shit. They were doing nothing, man. This Madrid team, like, it just seems like they give up sometimes, man. It honestly seems like they give up sometimes. They seem like they give up sometimes. And when Mbappe scored that goal, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, man. I did not fear, I didn't fear they were going to come back. I didn't fear this Madrid team at all. And, you know, they had that chance from Victor Munoz, who came into the game late in the game. He should have scored that, by the way. He was one-on-one. He was literally one-on-one with the keeper. And, you know, he just sent it wide. Like, where the fuck did he shoot that ball? That's one of the worst finishes, honestly, that I've ever seen. There was that chance where Tchouaméni thought he scored, but Mbappe was actually offside. They had a couple moments towards the end where they maybe could have gotten a goal. But I was never scared, bro. I was never scared they were actually going to tie this game or let alone win this game. Because, I don't know. This is one of the Madrid teams in my lifetime that I've never really feared. It's not good enough. They're just not good enough, man. They're just not good enough. And yeah, then Fermin scored a goal, but it wasn't a goal because the ref calls a handball on the play, but that's a handball, but the Tchouaméni one wasn't a handball. Let's talk about that now, man. How the fuck is that not a handball? How is that Tchouaméni handball not actually a handball? What more does he need to do to actually for that to actually be called a handball? That ball's going through on goal. It's on target, and Tchouaméni's arm stops it. How is that not a handball? I really don't understand that. I don't get it, bro. Honestly, I mean, Barca won the game. It's fine. If Barca would have lost or drawn, I would have been pissed. So I'm not really that mad about it. But that's like the inconsistencies with the handball rule in football are so stupid, man. Like, he was so quick to give that Mbappe dive as a pen, but then you're not quick to give that as a handball. When Mbappe dived, when he apparently got tackled by Frenkie de Jong in the box, that ended up not being given as a pen because it was offside, not even because he dived. They waved it off because he was offside. He just gave that right away. Oh, it's a pen, but then that's not a handball. It's pathetic, man. It's so stupid. I don't understand it. That made me so mad. But yeah, bro, whatever. Rafinha also missed another. Lamine Yamal could have had 2 assists today because Rafinha missed a couple of chances that Lamine put on a plate for him. But Rafinha got his brace either way. Christensen came into the game and looked good. He looked really good. He had a chance where he made a last-ditch tackle on a pass from Vinicius that was going to Mbappe, which is beautiful. Let's talk about the players, man. The Barca players now as well. Szczesny conceded, 3 goals. I'm not gonna lie, man. It wasn't the best showing from Szczesny. But whatever, he got the win. He got the win. But he's got to be better. Like, I don't know. He's sloppy sometimes. But you know what? Tech came out of his goal at times. He's really good at coming out of his goal when like teams are trying to beat that high line by playing those balls in behind. He's good at coming out of his goal and just booting it away and breaking up the play, which I love. So happy for Tech that he got the win, man. He conceded 3, but you know what? He should have saved the pen. But you know what? We'll do a rating for Szczesny only. We'll give him a 5, just straight up average. Then we move on to right back Eddie Garcia. You're a hero, Eddie. You're actually a fucking hero. When Koundé went down, we thought the season was over. And this guy stepped in, and granted, we lost to Inter. We got knocked out of the UCL, which still hurts. But anyway, he was great in that game. He was great today. Against Mallorca, when he played as a right back, he was amazing. When he's played as a CDM this season, he's done a great job. Shout out to Eddie Garcia, man, because he's been the unsung hero of this Barca team. He's honestly been the unsung hero this season of this Barca team. Center backs, Kouarsi and Inigo. Inigo had a mistake that led to the Real Madrid 3rd goal, which was a really, really bad mistake. Hansi Flick was pissed at him because he should have just booted it out. So he made a mistake. Kouwa made a mistake for the 1st goal that led to the penalty. So both of them had mistakes, but I think overall, when Barca were, dominating this game, those center backs were extremely good, man. And there's not been a better center back partnership or tandem this season in Europe, in my opinion, than those two guys. Again, they both had their mistakes, but both more than made up for, in my opinion, with their overall performance in this game. So I'm super, I just love those two guys, man. Honestly, they're so good. Gerard Martin, he kind of reverted back to the norm. You know what I mean? He kind of went back to the norm. It wasn't his best game. His touch sometimes can be a little bit heavy, but he wasn't terrible, man. Honestly, he was not terrible. And like I said, he had the shot on goal that led to the corner, that led to the 1st goal from Eddie Garcia. So you got to give him that. He had like a hockey assist in a way, if you want to call it that. But Gerard Martin, man, he wasn't like as good as he was against Inter, but he was still very decent. Midfielders, Pedri and Frankie de Jong, again showing that Madrid midfield levels. Once again, Pedri showing Bellingham levels. Did Bellingham play today, by the way? I don't even know if he played. But Pedri just showed him levels. Just amazing. Frankie de Jong, so good defensively off the ball, man. His work rate was amazing. And he's acting like a captain again. He's acting like a captain for this team, which I love, man. Whenever, like, he went out of Asensio, he was going at every single Madrid player. I love that from Frankie de Jong. I love seeing that attitude, bro. Be a bastard. Please be more of a fucking bastard, man. I love that from Frankie de Jong. Dani Olmo has been... He's been MIA, bro. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I don't think Dani was terrible today, but it's hard for me to find him sometimes in the game. Sometimes I forget that he's playing, and it's just... I think he could be better. I think when Fermin came on, he was a lot better than Dani Olmo was in this game. So I honestly think that there's real competition for that cam spot in this Barca team. Because it's not just for Dani Olmo to keep. Fermin Lopez has a real case to be the starting center attacking mid for this team when the season starts, obviously in August of this year. So, but anyway, I don't think Dani was great. But when Fermin came on, obviously got the goal. Wish it could have been like the goal, like the 5-3, but it wasn't. They waved it off. Anyway, I think Fermin was amazing when he came on. Showed a lot of energy, and I love what he brings onto the pitch, man. Just his attitude and his energy and his work. It's amazing. Left wing Rafinha got a brace today. Should have had 4 goals, honestly, because like I said, Lamine Yamal put a couple on a platter for him, and he just couldn't finish it. But I think Rafinha has been amazing, man. I think Rafinha has been amazing this season. Of course, he's been so good. He hasn't been as dominant as he was in the first half of the season. The second half, or the past 2 or 3 months. But in games like against Inter, he should have scored the winner. Today, he scored 2 goals. And just, I mean, he was the best Brazilian on the pitch once again. The best Brazilian on the pitch wasn't Vinicius Jr., it was Rafinha. Lamine Yamal, El Catire, I love you, man. You're so fucking insanely good. He's so good, bro. This guy's so good. It's just ridiculous how good he is, man. Ballon d'Or him. Ballon d'Or him right now. That goal that he scored, man, the playmaking, just everything about this guy, he has this confidence about him, bro, that... And honestly, he's earned every single bit of that confidence that he has, because he's that good. He's that good. And then Ferran Torres, man, a hat-trick of assists for the Shark. They doubted him, man, but the Shark got a hat-trick of assists. Amazing, man. The first game after a Barca loss in the UCL is always tough for me, bro, because, I remember against Roma, after Roma we played Leganés. After Liverpool we played Getafe. After Chelsea in 2011-2012, we beat Rayo Vallecano, I think 7-1 or 7-0 in that game. Like, it's always like, they're always really like fresh in my mind because it's the most depressing game of the season for me. And today, I thought it was going to be a depressing game. I was like, oh, bro, the first game after that Inter exit is Real Madrid. But this game is actually exactly what we needed, man, as Barca fans. Watching us beat Real Madrid is exactly what we needed. I forgot all about Inter, bro. I forgot all about Inter. I don't give a fuck, man. I'm just happy, bro. Barca going to win a domestic treble this year. The performances they put forth, they've showed Madrid levels at every single step of the way this year, man. They've showed them levels. This is real football. Down 2-0 and then you come back and score 4 goals. It's just insane. And for Madrid, man, I know it's kind of douchey in this video, but honestly, I just wanted to get back for those guys that were talking shit in my comment section, because fuck them. But in all seriousness, man, this team, obviously you guys are getting Trent, you're going to get Xabi Alonso. I think this team is going to be a lot different next year, a lot better, because there's no way they can be worse than this. But this season, man, you just weren't that good. And that happens, bro. You guys are kind of spoiled because you were so good. You're so used to being good all the time. There's ups and downs in football, and this year was just down for you, and it sucks that you have to lose four games to your biggest rivals. It doesn't suck for us. I mean, we fucking love it, but for you guys, it must suck. But I'm just super happy, man. I'm super happy. But yeah, I think Madrid will be back next year. They just got to revamp that squad a little bit, get a little bit more depth in some key positions. And, I'm not counting them out next year because obviously it's Real Madrid. But this season, bro, they were looking for a team to humble Barca, and they couldn't do it. They needed Inter to humble us. They couldn't do it. But yeah, man, what else do I want to say? Sometimes I wish that Barca could be more time-wasting cunts. I wish we could just waste time, because we're winning these games and we're still putting ourselves in these positions where it's dangerous and we look vulnerable, which I hate. But you know what? We got the win today. It didn't end like it ended against Inter. It did not end like it ended against Inter. And yeah, I'm so happy, bro. I'm so happy. That was exactly what we needed. That was exactly what we needed as Barca fans after that Inter loss, to get us back in the right mood. And now the league title's done, man. The league title's done. A domestic trouble for Barca this season. Obviously, it's not mathematically done, but if we win against Espanyol, it's finished. We got to win the Derby, and that's it. Amazing, man. Honestly, so happy and so proud of this team. And yeah, well, I can't think of anything else that I want to say. This is exactly what we needed. This is exactly what we needed. And yeah, man, I love every single one of you guys Thank you so much for watching. Barca, man, this team is different. This team is different. It is different. And while we're not going to win the UCL, and number 6 is not coming this year, this team is still different to me. And they proved it today. Down 2-0, and you come back 4-2, and they actually thought they were going to come back when they scored the 3rd goal. They actually thought they were going to come back. Remontada this, remontada that. It wasn't going to happen. By the way, for this Madrid team that was talking all that shit before the game, like, oh, they think Barca's vulnerable. They smell blood in the water after Barca lost to Inter. Miss me with that shit, bro. You guys don't smell shit. All that talking on social media for nothing. I love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.